Yes, let's go live.
It
Here we
says
are.
waiting. It says waiting for accent coach Bianca.
Ah,
So
and
to
there's a bit
start
of a
down in
lag
trouble.
too, because mine says that we're live. So can you tell me when we're live? Can you tell me when it says we're live?
Okay, let me refresh the page.
Maybe that's all it
Oh,
is. Hey, are we
we're live.
live?
We're live.
Yay, we're live. Welcome for anybody who's joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited because today is the first of many, many days where we're going to be bringing to you some practical tips where you can use all of this new AI for your language practice, for your accent practice. And with me today, of course, is my very good friend, William. And if you don't know him, he's the
Oh,
moderator. Yeah?
I just said hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello. I thought I forgot something. Definitely, we're going to introduce you in a minute. But I want to just say that in general, I should start the clock. In general, I should say that we're going to come live on Wednesdays for 15 minutes, about more or less, and just to give some quick tips about how to use AI for yourself. Because I know there's a lot of information out there. It's kind of too much information, and I know I like a little bit of hand holding. So William is really good at this, number one. Number two, he's the moderator in our Discord server. And there's a really special reason that we're going live right now every week. That's because it's just before we go to our office hours. So every Wednesday we have free office hours on our Discord server, which is all about mastering an American accent and all things accent. So I welcome you, I invite you, please join us there every Wednesday after this. Even if you don't have any questions, please come to our office hours because if you don't have questions, somebody else has questions, and it's always an interesting time. So, without further ado, William, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we'll get to talking about Perplexity and using AI specifically this week to talk about English pronunciation if you're a Spanish speaker. But first, introductions.
Yeah, okay. I'm Guillem Palau, William Palace in English. I speak Catalan and Spanish natively. So English is my third language, which I kind of knew most of my life, but it was not until my early 30s that I wanted to speak the language for real. Long story short, we met 2 years, 3 years ish ago. So, yep, I have been doing the office hours with you all of this time. And yeah, I have been working on my accent with also your feedback club, and I'm hooked. And if I am the moderator in the Discord server, it's for a reason. It's because I'm
He's hooked, he's into the
and
community, he's always giving back, you're always there. Yeah. And we want to meet you in person. Go ahead.
and recently I could say that I power up my skill, level up my skills with language related learning because of ChatGPT. You may have heard this by now or similar because a lot of very similar artificial intelligence are coming up every week. And I selected Perplexity for today because it's the easiest to do to use.
Nice tie-in. I see what you did there. You were like introducing yourself and then you went right into today's topic. Good one.
Yeah, everything packaged in 15 minutes.
It's a complete package. Yes, absolutely. And if you are watching this live and you have a question or a comment and you want us to answer it now, then go ahead and put it in the comments. And here's a little trick you might not know. If you put Q colon, and then your question, it's so much easier for the presenter to find it. So if you've done other lives before, either attending or as a host, if you put capital Q and then colon, it's really easy for the presenter to scroll through everything and search and find those actual questions. And if you're not joining us live today, and if you still have questions, again, we're going to be here every Wednesday at the same time, and we have office hours just after this. So you'll be able to look in the link in the description, and you're going to be able to find a join link for our Discord. And once you're on Discord, you're going to actually see all the events, and you can click on the ones that you're interested in. But in case your time zone is different or it's not Wednesday for you, it's always Wednesdays. For me, it's 1 o'clock. And I believe that's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And William, can you tell people where you are physically and what time it is for you?
Yeah, I'm in Spain, so it's the Central European time, and for me it's 5. Well, office hours will be 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay, excellent, excellent.
and the lives will be at 8:30 p.m. or 8.
Perfect, perfect. So we'll review all that too. And we hope to see you in both. And we hope to see you every week. This is the first of many. And in case you missed that, we're recording this also as a podcast episode. So without further ado, I'm going to have William, we're going to share your screen in a minute. But first, you mentioned the name Perplexity. So as I'm going to share your screen, can you tell us a little bit more about the relationship between just AI in general, ChatGPT, a quick overview, and how Perplexity is maybe a little bit different, and why we're choosing Perplexity today.
So let's say that ChatGPT was the first one to build it's a language model in artificial intelligence. Long story short, that means that it's an artificial intelligence that has been trained with billions or trillions of information, of text, created by humans, and can more or less reproduce this human-like thoughts on language. So it can produce language itself. So you can ask questions, or you can ask to make a summary of a text, and it understands the context and so on. But what happens that it only knows what it has been trained with. And Perplexity, it's more or less halfway of ChatGPT. It actually uses GPT and Google. So you have a search. Not it doesn't use Google per se, but it's a search engine and GPT. So you get a synthesized answer of what you want to ask, and at the same time, it gets to the internet. Like in Google, it gets sources and results. You get combined of everything. So it's for now a win-win, and especially on top of that, it's free. For now, you never know. It's free, and you don't even need to create an account. So, like the same experience as Google.
Yeah.
You open Google, you type in your text, hit enter. That's it, done.
Boom.
As
Boom.
easy as that. But
Really.
here, it needs a little more care how you make the question. That's why we do this live here to show you some examples, so you can level up your skills in no time, almost effortless, and for free.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of which, we have two objectives for today, right? And these are these little tutorials that we're giving. We want to do it. We've got about 8 minutes left. So number one, we want to create, we said, a list of minimal pairs or sounds you struggle with. So if Spanish is your first language, we're going to show you how to do that. And number two, we want to then take and generate a story, a short story, using those exact sounds. And this is by using, could be ChatGPT. Today we're using Perplexity AI, and that's why. So I'm gonna just share your screen. Let's get started with this. So what's the first thing you want to tell me about this?
Yeah, as you can see, that's the first thing you will see when you go to Perplexity. You have like these popular now, some recent events that may be interesting for you, like list of home remedies for acne, how to prevent tags, and so on. But you can ask anything, as here it says, ask anything, and you can filter if you want. For instance, I want just news, or just YouTube videos, or just Wikipedia, Reddit, or by default anything. That means that anything I can ask, the source could be a YouTube video. Since it's not limited to just text, it could be actually be a video. And the example I decided as a Spanish speaker, first language, is let me think that I know that I struggle with English. I notice I have an accent, but I cannot pinpoint what feature is I'm lacking, or what do I need to work exactly to reduce my accent. And let's say that I want to do this alone, so without getting any coach. Um, so the free route. So in my case, my idea was to ask minimal pairs. With English, that Spanish speakers struggle.
Can I
So,
interrupt you for a second? Some
yeah,
people
sure.
might not know, as you said, maybe I'm starting from zero and I don't know what I don't know. So it
Yeah.
might be helpful. People can always ask me, ask Google, ask Perplexity, this idea like minimal pairs, right? You have this label, you already have a starting point, you know what you're looking for, but I
Mm,
just want to
yeah, good
recognize that
point.
some people might not know what that's called. And so they can ask Perplexity or they can come and ask us in office hours, right? They can come and ask office about office hours.
Yeah. So in this case, let's say, that's for the sake of the example, it's very explicit. A list of minimal pairs in English that native speakers of Spanish struggle the most.
Can I just change that to, I would say struggle with the most. But as we said another time,
Struggle
I think it was earlier today, it doesn't
with,
mind that you make mistakes, right? It tries to figure out what you're trying to ask for. I think earlier today we had a spelling error, or we said sometimes it looks like a
it's
statement,
like,
but you're asking a question. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's like Google that, oh, did you mean this? That you had some misspelling? This you can make mistakes, spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, that it is intelligent enough that most of the time it will get what you actually wanted to say, even if there's some error here and there. And for a language learner, this is gold
Yeah.
because it can tolerate my mistakes. So even if I don't do it right, it's likely I still will get what I want. So let's check this. And here you go. So instead of providing me, like in Google, a list of web pages using the keywords of what I said, it's creating a new source, let's say. This doesn't exist in any website, most
No,
likely.
no.
And I have a definition, minimal pairs, which are words that differ only by one sound and have different meanings, pam. And I have a list already. And as a Spanish speaker, I can guarantee this is true. Ship and ship and sheep. So it's the long I, the short E, sheet and seat, beat and beat, and then some other vowels.
Yeah.
Pen, as in pencil, and pen, pen. Um, the front vowel, like in cat.
Very nice. Very
But
nice. Yeah.
this is, oh, thank you. I practice.
And I heard you go to this club, and yeah, you have all kinds of.
Yes, because these all pays off. But what happens with this? So let's say if I am absolutely new to this idea, so I struggle a lot, that will be all right. But let's say I am intermediate. So for me, words in isolation, this doesn't happen in language because you speak with sentences and connected speech. So therefore, is okay. So now with this, I know this. I can practice this in isolation. I get it. So now next level is to use this within sentences, but the sentence is not something forced for the sake of saying ship and sheep on the same sentence. So what I can ask is to create a short story or a sentence using those minimal pairs.
Can we pause before we do the short
Sure.
story? Because this is so powerful already. Can you explain again the difference between what if I had taken this sentence and I put it into Google? What would I see if I put it into
Okay.
Google? And what am I seeing now? Why should I be using, let's say, Perplexity or GPT, right? Why is it better, right? Somebody might not really know that.
For instance, I got more than 3 million results with this query, which is
First of
kind
all,
of
that's a
long.
bit
Usually,
much.
yeah, usually I don't search for that long. But what happens is, yeah, okay, that is quite accurate. But what happens that my question is already quite specific, minimal pairs. But if especially if I ask what struggle the most without specifying minimal pairs, because perhaps I'm not even familiar with this concept. What I will need to do is, okay, this sounds like what I want. It doesn't include struggle, but I will check this website. 6 pronunciation mistakes. Okay, so what I will be doing is checking one by one if it's what I want. It's highly unlikely I will get over the first page of. Oh my god, how long is this?
And that's just the first page. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could go further than that. But what I could do is ask a language model to generate the text for me, which is a list. But this happens to be, as you can see, these numbers, those are sources. So it will be more or less a page that I could see in Google. And okay, I want to know more specifically, let's say the number 2 explains one of the biggest pronunciation problems for the Spanish speakers. Oh, that's exactly what I want. So I just click here. And in case it's too tiny, you can expand this, view sources. And here you go. You have the sources, and this is exactly what I want.
Nice.
So instead of going through everything, the artificial intelligence is doing all the research on my behalf. And just shortly, I could ask if we go down. Do you see related?
This
So
is so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, the artificial intelligence not only provides an answer and sources to back up this answer, that it also provides follow-up questions. Because the difference with Google or any search engine is that this becomes a conversation. No, it's not just I search something, boom, and that's it. So, for instance, how can Spanish speakers improve their English pronunciation? That's more broad. So that will be
Yeah.
perhaps what you will ask if you're not familiar with minimal pairs.
Or
what
can I
else
interrupt you? Or
Sure.
maybe it goes wide again. It goes to a bigger question, because maybe that's great too, because you realize you're already in over your head a little bit, right? So maybe it's nice to kind of zoom out and then get an answer to a bigger question, which you also didn't know you even had.
Yep. So what question do you want to expand?
Who, me? Is this a question
Yep.
for me? I would say, let's go. How can Spanish speakers improve?
Okay. So it will be the more broad question.
But more broad, but then a little more specific about improving. So it's already going to give me some ideas.
The alphabet, pronunciation, as it differs from Spanish. That's especially true, for instance, A. In Spanish, it's pronounced A, not A. And especially the vowels. Pay attention to stress syllable in its multisyllable words. That is exactly true, especially for words that comes from Latin. That you see the spelling, oh, it's almost the same spelling as Spanish. So perhaps it's the first time I see the word, but I know the meaning because of the Spanish cognate. But the stress is in a different syllable.
Exactly. Yeah, I can see how that would happen.
Yeah, and so on. You can see you have up to 5 points, and you can go and iterate this next time. So you know what? Next time I will look at the point 4 and 5, but not today. I don't have to invest if I don't want that much time.
Can I
And
ask you a
how can
question?
do that?
That was
Yep.
going to be my question, how I can do that.
Hey!
How can I come back to that later?
That's because every conversation you start, I think it's called a thread, has a unique URL, like ID. So you can actually, if you see it here, you cannot see it because you see my face, but in the
Here.
corner,
If you, Oh, you
not
mean
that,
where you are? Hold on a second.
yeah, there's a
Okay.
share button. Here
There
you
we
go.
go.
Just atop my face, there's a share button. So you can copy the link and share it whatever you want, or in Facebook, WhatsApp, or Twitter. So that means that what you have seen, the output of the AI, you can share this to anyone. So if you have you are running with friends, family, or just a community, like our case in Discord, is, hey, look at what I have found. What an awesome list. Boom, you share the link. And on top of that, any other person can use this as a starting point. So I can ask something I will have never asked. Is, oh, look at you, what a good idea. I will have never thought of that. So let me quote unquote steal your idea and personalize it, customize it on my own of what I want. In this case, it's a Spanish. I could perhaps ask for multiple syllable because all of the examples are one syllable.
True.
So let's say I want to do both at the same time, minimal pairs and the stress, because that stressing was one of the other difficulties.
Yeah.
for a Spanish speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you can, it's never ending. So you can customize this and for free. You don't need to attend a
For
academy or
free. Say it again. For free.
for free. In freedom and prison.
For free. For
Yeah,
free. Everybody.
because
Woohoo!
yeah. I should mention this because we're out of time.
Yes.
ChatGPT is for free. That's a free tier,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to create an account. You have to log in every once in a while, and if there's high traffic, perhaps you cannot use it, and you have to pay or to have a paid account. For this, it's almost as simple as Google. It can get, and yeah,
With great
it's
results,
a great
without
result.
signing in, with saving your work,
Yeah,
all, as we said, for free.
yeah. And next time we could follow this to make sentences out of those words.
Yes.
And then next level is instead of sentences that are doesn't have correlation one of the other, it's just a few an overall text that makes sense, but you are practicing the target sounds or whatever that may be in English pronunciation.
Woof. All of that.
It,
All of that.
it's a win-win.
Yeah, like how can you lose? You're saving time, you're getting great answers, right? It's the best. Why wouldn't you use this to work on your pronunciation or your language? And so with that, I want to say first of all, thank you so much for explaining that because that was great. I think a lot of us are apprehensive and you explained it very, very clearly and succinctly. So first of all, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yes, very pleasurable. And now I want to say too that we're going to take a little break. We're going to take like a quick 10-minute break, and then we're going to see people over on Discord because today's office hours. We always are going to have now. We're going to have this little quick tutorial live on YouTube, and then we're going to go directly to office hours, and we're going to give these 10 minutes to make sure that people, if they're not on Discord yet, or they are on Discord but they're not on my server, that they can do that. So what I want you to do right now, let me actually stop sharing. What I want you to do right now is to go to the description box and you're going to see a link to join Discord if you're not on Discord or to join my server. And if that's already scary to you, because remember, we're here to help you, there is a little tutorial link too where you kind of just see me going through the process of going into Discord and what to look for. And we will see you in what we call the Accent Lounge channel of Discord in about 10 minutes. Is there anything else you want to add before saying goodbye?
Yeah, that learning a new language or improving a language you already know, like English, it's easier than ever.
True.
Easier than ever. Yeah.
Right. No excuses.
You just need to know how to use this power.
Absolutely. Thank you, William. I'm Bianca. This is William, and we'll see you in 10 minutes for our office hours. And if not, we'll see you next week here live. Thanks so much for joining.
Yep. Thank
Bye.
you.